This is my review slash installation kind of instructions and how-to video for the bolted-on motorcycle tie-down kit, and I'm going to kind of walk you through why I ended up with the bolted-on kit. So I bought my toy hauler last year about 3 weeks before probably one of the biggest races that we have up here in Washington State. It's called the Desert 100, and so one of the things that I was not thinking about at all when I bought this trailer is how I was gonna tie bikes down. So in a scramble, this is what I came up with for last year. So I just got some wheel chocks from Harbor Freight, and I anchored them to a 2x10, and I held it down with some hooks and some unistrut, and this got me by all year. We raced I think about 18 races last year, I believe, and this worked fine. However, one of the problems that we have, this is kind of our normal fleet that we take. We've got 2 Ruckuses for pit bikes and then my bike, my son's bike, and with this setup I'm stuck. I have to put these bikes in this particular order, otherwise bars are going to be banging. I can't, let's say we're going to go without my family but with a couple buddies to one of these races, I cannot put in 2 full-size bikes with the way that my bars, a full-size bike, the bar would hit the door here or whatever. I just have no options. This is it. This is what fits with this configuration. In order to change it, I have to unbolt a bunch of stuff, and it's just not very convenient. So another thing that's a problem with these, and many of you might not be in this predicament because you might not have bikes with little wheels, but the way the tire sits in these chocks, without having these extra boards here, I suppose I could get away without the second one, but at least having one, the wheel would fall off the ledge of the first bike, and it would bring the wheel back, and then it would drop, and the wheel wouldn't even be in the wheel chock anyways. So I had to add some extra wood, and this is just a big old bulky thing. So this is just a little bit better of a view of what I've got going here. One of the other things that was a pain in the butt about this setup was because of how heavy it is and how awkward it is to pull out of the trailer, we end up just leaving it in here when we're camping. So then I've got kids running in and out of the back, and they've got these obstacles. Of course the tie-down straps and the bikes aren't in here, but I got the 2 wheel chocks right in my doorway, and we use our rear beds for my kids. So I've always worried about trip hazards, but we've kind of rode it out because of just how big of a pain in the butt it is to get in and out. So for this race season, we decided to bite the bullet and go with the bolted on setup because it's going to allow us, it's modular, so it's going to allow us to be able to adjust it for different bikes. I've got a couple full-size bikes if I want to take 2, or if I want buddies to come with me. My wife's probably going to start riding this year, so we're going to have another full-size bike and probably leave a Ruckus at home. So I needed to be able to configure it basically for each different trip how I wanted bikes to set up, and this thing just wasn't going to work out for us. So I'm gonna get the bolted on set up in here and kind of walk you guys through it. When I unpackaged it, it was it was super simple to put together, so I'm going to skip the unboxing thing and the initial assembly and just cut right to the chase. So the old setup's out, new setup's in. Just like I said, just really self-explanatory. It goes right in, super simple. These are the hooks that it went to, and these were in the trailer stock. There's a few sets. I just added some, they're back about 2 feet from the originals, and that'll allow me, if I want, I can park the bikes back towards the back door more, and then I should be able to still use my side door with bikes in here. So I'm gonna put some bikes in here and get right back to you. So there you have it. Pretty bad lighting from this angle, but I put my 3 big bikes in here and my kid's bike, and it works out perfect. I could absolutely put a fourth big bike in here. You can see how the bars stagger, and that is, in my opinion, where that's what it's all about with this thing. You can see how much they have to overlap. These bars would have been way into each other. There's no way you could have had 3 bikes this close bar to bar. It just wouldn't happen. I mean, this thing's so little it doesn't really matter. It's way up here, but I'll go back around to the inside the living area and get a view from in there for you. So here they are, so you can actually see it. They give you a end tie down piece. So that obviously goes up and ties that down. And then the way I have it, then it goes the stand that holds it up off the ground. There's the J-hook piece. And then every one of the wheel chocks has hooks on it. And then another end one over there. But allows you to crisscross. So you're actually pulling the bike, you know, got some leverage on it from the sides. I haven't towed down the road with it yet. I just put it in for the first time, but man, I think this thing's really solid, and I'm happy with the way I'm going to be able to set it up whenever I need to change it around. So, so far so good.